So what that's telling you is that demand for workers is slowing, but so is the supply.
Maria Luisa Capurro from Bloomberg News. You mentioned a slowdown in consumer spending, and I wanted to see if you could walk us through what was the discussion with the committee around that.
Consumer spending had been very, very strong for the last couple of years, and had repeatedly, forecasters, not just us, had been forecasting it would slow down, and now maybe it finally has.
And just to follow up on what my colleagues were asking about this sense, Governor Waller said that the labor market is on edge, and he was pointing to weaknesses on the private sector. I was wondering, you've said that the main number to look at is the unemployment number overall, but what was the discussion about the state of the private jobs market?
I wouldn't do that, but look, I think what we know is that private sector job creation, certainly in the last report we'll see on Friday, but had come down a bit, and if you take the QCEW adjustment seriously, it may be even lower, maybe close to zero. But the unemployment rate was still low. So what that's telling you is that demand for workers is slowing, but so is the supply. So it's in balance. Oddly enough, you've got a very low unemployment rate, and it's kind of been there for a year as job creation has moved down, but also we know that, because of immigration policy, really, the flow into our labor force is just a great deal slower. And those two things have slowed more or less in tandem. So I think if you take the totality of the labor market data, you've got a solid labor market. But I think you have to see that there are downside risks. You don't see weakening in the labor market, but I think you've got downside risks in a world where unemployment's being held down because both demand and supply are declining. I think it's worth paying close attention to it, and we are.